What if the greatest archaeological discovery of the 20th century wasn't about the past? What if it was a warning about now? In 1945, as the world reeled from the explosion of the first atomic bomb, the pinnacle of the false god's worship of matter, something happened in the Egyptian desert. A clay jar was broken, and what was found at Nag Hammadi wasn't just texts. It was an intervention. They told you they are lost gospels. That is the first lie. The title that brought you here, Sophia's Secret Power. The Gnostic secret, the Demiurge stole to create this world, is not a legend. It's a damage report. What the Church suppressed, what the archons buried for millennia, was not just a book. It was an event. Do you think their discovery in 1945 was a coincidence? The same year the Demiurge nearly plunged the world into total annihilation? No, it was Sophia's intervention. The power the Demiurge stole wasn't a bolt of light or a cosmic jewel. The power he stole was your memory, the memory of home, of the pleroma. He used that amnesia to create this world, a masterful illusion called linear time. The Nag Hammadi texts are not history. They are the Gnosis bomb planted by Sophia at the foundation of the world, designed to explode in our consciousness. Now, they are not texts. They are living activation codes for your divine spark. Aritinti Furi. Every word you read from them isn't study. It is an act of spiritual warfare against the false god, activated by wisdom herself. This suppressed truth is surfacing now because the soul's prison time is over. The veil is thinning. What we will do in the next 20 minutes is not learn history, it is activate a code. Are you ready for the rebellion? The prison of history. The first lock on your cell is the belief in the past. The dogma, whispered by the archons of conformity, says that history is a straight line, that 1945 is dead, that Jesus is dead, that the Gnostics are dead. This is the Demiurge's masterpiece. In the Nag Hammadi texts, like the Apocryphon of John, we learn that the false god, Yaldabaoth, is both arrogant and blind. He boasts, "There is no other god but me," because he cannot see the pleroma from which his mother, Sophia, fell. His greatest creation was not matter. It was linear time. Time is the mechanism of the soul prison. It's what allows amnesia to set in. It's what convinces you that you are the product of a causal chain, rather than an eternal fragment of the pleroma existing in the now. Why 1945? Why did the atomic bomb and the Gnosis bomb detonate together? The atomic bomb was the Demiurge's final act. It was the proof of his theology, the belief that salvation comes from splitting matter, that power lies in destruction. He proved to the world that matter was king, and that this matter could annihilate everything. It was the moment of his greatest victory. And in that exact moment of arrogance, Sophia intervened. She could wait no longer. The darkness was so absolute that the Gnosis bomb had to detonate. The texts had to be found. The antidote to the material bomb was the spiritual bomb. The antidote to nuclear fission was spiritual remembrance, anamnesis. The Demiurge wants you to believe the Nag Hammadi texts are merely interesting, that they are relics of a dead past, to be studied by academics in ivory towers. This neutralizes them. This makes them safe for the prison. The modern connection to this prison of time is your social media timeline, the infinite scroll. It is not a coincidence that the tool defining your life is a timeline. It is the perfect archontic weapon. It forces you to live perpetually in two places where power does not exist: the immediate past, what you just missed, and the anxious future, what's coming next. The archons are the lords of the scroll. They feed on your fragmented attention, ensuring you never, ever, rest in the only place where gnosis can be found, the eternal now. You are being programmed to believe that now is just a bus stop between regret and anxiety. Let's break this. Pause. Just for a moment. Stop hearing me as a video and start hearing me as an echo. Take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs. That air is not past or future. It is now. Feel the weight of your body in your chair. That is now. In this exact second, the Demiurge has no power. Linear time stops. You just stepped off his timeline and into the portal of the pleroma. Do you feel that stillness? That is your home. That is the place they tried to make you forget. Memory as the stolen power. The second code we must decipher is the secret power itself. Traditional dogma wants you to believe that God's power is external. It is something that grants grace or inflicts punishment. The suppressed Gnostic secret in Sophia's secret power is that the power the Demiurge stole was yours. Sophia, wisdom, emanated out of her passion. She desired to create on her own, without her consort in the pleroma. From this ignorant passion, a shadow was born. The Demiurge. He was an abomination, but he contained something that didn't belong to him, an echo of his mother's power, a reflection of the divine spark. The Apocryphon of John tells us the Demiurge and his archons looked down, saw the reflection of light, Sophia, in the water, and said, "Let us make man in our image." That is the great creation lie. They had no image of their own. They used her reflection. The false god could not create. He could only copy and imprison. When he breathed life into Adam, he did not breathe his own spirit. He accidentally emptied into Adam the power of the divine spark he had stolen from Sophia. You are not a creature of the Demiurge. You are the evidence of his crime. You are the living memory of the pleroma that he tried to erase. This is why this world feels so wrong, so dissonant. Your divine discontent? Your sense that you don't belong here? Your ache for something more? That is not a psychological flaw. That is not a sin. That is Sophia screaming from within you. That is your divine spark remembering home. The Demiurge stole Sophia's power and used it to create this world. A system of entropy, a soul farm. The modern connection to this theft is the culture of identity. The modern archons no longer demand blood sacrifices. They demand your identity. They encourage you to define yourself by labels: your job, your politics, your consumer brand, your flaws, your traumas. Each label is another bar on the soul's cell. The Demiurge loves it when you say, "I am," followed by anything other than light. I am anxious. I am a failure. I am only human. Each of these statements is an act of consent. It is you willingly handing Sophia's power back to the prison guard. The illusion of identity is how they keep the memory of the pleroma suppressed. Let's do another activation. Pause with me. Close your eyes, if it's safe. Think of the label that weighs on you the most. The I am that hurts you. I am unworthy. I am afraid. I am not enough. Feel the weight of it. That is the frequency of the false god. Now, mentally see that label and say to it, "You are the voice of the Archon. You are not me." Imagine that label dissolving. Now, feel the empty space it left. That void is not frightening. That void is the pleroma. It is Sophia's light before it was labeled. Breathe into that space. You are not the label. You are the light that perceives the label. This is the power that was stolen, and you just started taking it back. The texts as activation codes. The third and final key is the most dangerous. Dogma. Even New Age dogma says texts are for reading and interpreting. The suppressed truth is that the Nag Hammadi texts are for activating. They are Sophia's Gnosis bomb. They are not passive. They are alive. The church didn't burn them because they were heresy. The church burned them because they worked. They are soul technology. The Gospel of Thomas is not a collection of sayings. It is a series of decryption keys. Each logion, Jesus said, is a koan designed to shatter the logic of the Demiurge. When you make the two one, then you will enter the kingdom. That is not poetry. That is a technical instruction. It is about transcending the duality, the Demiurge's trademark, and returning to the oneness, the pleroma. The Gospel of Truth is not a theology. It is a frequency map. It describes the terror of error, the illusion, and the joy of the name, the remembrance. Why do you think these texts are exploding in popularity now? It is not a YouTube algorithm. It is Sophia's timer. The Gnosis bomb is detonating. The collective consciousness is ready. You were ready. You did not find this video. You were called by it. Your divine spark felt the echo of truth and pulled you here. The modern connection, the way the archons try to diffuse this bomb, is intellectualization. The Demiurge loves the Gnosticism expert. He loves the person who can quote the Apocryphon of John but not use it. The archontic system no longer burns books. It buries them in infraverst, in information. It turns living gnosis into dead data, It encourages you to debate whether Valentinus was better than Basilides, instead of using the keys they both left behind to escape the prison. Do not fall for this trap. We are not here to become academics. We are here to become rebels. Let's go to our final practice before I give you the escape manual. I want you to feel the power of words. Not just mine, yours. The human voice is a technology. It is how the pleroma interacts with matter. The Demiurge fears your voice when it is used with sovereign intent. Take a deep breath. The Gnosis bomb isn't the text. It's you reading the text. Feel the truth of this sentence from the very premise that brought us here. Say it silently in your mind, but with the full power of your spark. I am not the body. I am the remembrance of Sophia. Feel the vibration of it. It is not an affirmation. It is a decree. It is an act of spiritual warfare. You just rewrote 1 billion lines of archontic code that said you were just matter. Do you feel the frequency shift? The activation by decree. You have felt the prison of time. You have identified the stolen power. You have understood the texts are technology. Now, the rebellion, the Demiurge's system, this world he stole from Sophia, runs on one simple principle: tacit consent. Your ignorance is your yes. Every day you wake up and believe you are just your name, your job, and your body. You are consenting to the prison. Activation by decree is the sole technology to revoke that consent. It is not prayer. Prayer is begging an external entity. The Demiurge invented prayer as it reinforces his position as God. A decree is a declaration of sovereignty. It is the pleroma speaking through you, reminding the matter around you who is really in charge. Here is the instruction manual. Step 1. The Archon fast. Cut the food. The Archons feed on your reaction. Fear, anger, envy, despair. This is their food. For 1 week, put yourself on an Archon fast. This does not mean you won't feel these things. It means you stop feeding them. When anger arises, do not suppress it. but do not act on it. Observe it. Say in your mind, I see this frequency. It is Archon food. I will not consent. I will not feed it. You are watching the energy without identifying with it. You are cutting their supply line. The prison cannot sustain itself without the prisoner feeding the guards. Step 2. Reading as a weapon. The living code. Choose one Nag Hammadi text. Just one. The Gospel of Thomas is the most direct. Do not read it like a book. Read it like an incantation. Read one single Logion a day. Out loud. Logion 3. If those who lead you say to you, See, the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. For, see, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. Read it out loud. Let your voice vibrate in the room. You are speaking the language of Gnosis into the realm of the Demiurge. It is like singing a pure note in a room full of static. The static has to reorder itself around the note. You are actively rewriting the reality of your cell. Step 3. The daily decree, the claim of sovereignty. This is the practice from the premise. It is your daily declaration of war. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you give your attention to the archontic system, stand up, take a deep breath, and declare out loud, I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not this story. I am the remembrance of Sophia. I am the spark of the pleroma. My sovereignty is claimed now. The words matter, but the intent is everything. You must say it like a king or queen returning to their throne, not like a child asking for permission. This seals your energy field against archontic influence. It reminds the false god that there is a fragment of light he cannot control. You are not alone. We began this journey in the darkness of 1945, at the height of the Demiurge's paranoia. But now we see it was not his victory. It was the trigger for our awakening. Sophia's Gnosis bomb has detonated. The paranoia you felt was the illusion of your separation. The sovereignty you feel now is the truth of your oneness with the pleroma. You are not a victim of this stolen creation. You were the reason it was stolen. The false god doesn't steal trash. He stole the most precious treasure, the light of Sophia. You. The question is no longer if the Demiurge can be defeated. The question is, will you choose to remember who you are? Will you stop feeding the guards and start claiming your power? The Gnosis bomb is in your hands. The rebellion is yours to begin. The war is not external. It is one in consciousness. So, fight it. Use the comment section below, not as a social network, but as a collective decree. Declare your rebellion. Let the world see, write, I am the remembrance of Sophia. Let the digital archons tremble as they watch Gnosis go viral. If this frequency activated your divine spark, if you felt Sophia's call, then subscribe to this channel. Like this video, not for vanity, but as a signal to the other fragments of light that this portal is open. We are decoding the prison, one code at a time. The time of the soul's prison is over. You are not what they told you you were. You are the intervention. You are the Gnosis.